What's up? PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. It's more like crypto video these days, right? And we add some fundamental to it. Before everything, disclaimer, this video has brought to you by only for educational purpose only, no financial advice. And the risk has been written there. So, do your own research. What's up, guys? You guys doing okay? And not bad with yesterday's projection. I mean, like I'm a little bit impatient for it to play out. It is gonna go to 100K, so we went above the 96, the weekly level. We talked about it. Yes, and over the stream, I've talked about this area as well. There's a lot of liquidation. We grabbed it, we came back, retest the line, we went up. So this line, the 4 hour, was ignored. And what we did is we break it, the 96, and then we retested 96. So this was the correct swing. Now what do you look at? You look at the move. Now, will this move come in? We might stop at 98, 97, and then, continue over the weekend. Not that it is usually like that, but sometimes it could happen. So, but with that being said, today we still, we project, or I project a continuation towards upside. Losing the $96,000, that's it. It's over. This thing is over. Over. Over! All right, it's going to be something like that. It's going to be something like that. Okay? And we don't want that. You don't want that because there's a lot of liquidation around here. Now, really, there's nothing new to talk about. Obviously, Bitcoin starts to slowly go up, breaking some minor levels, some major levels, basically the weekly line, $96,000. Even if you take a look at it on the weekly, all right, you can see this the swing right here is the last basically hope for the longers before we dumped it like this, right? Now we're back to it. And this has been a good little consolidation overall. We've been consolidating for 161 days, right? 161 days. So how long we consolidated here before we make it? 224 days. You could basically say we were consolidating for more than a half of a year, right? So we consolidate for more than that. Now, same around here. We're again around. That doesn't mean we're gonna go up. This doesn't mean we're gonna go up. This could go to that 100K, the short squeeze. Even go a little bit higher, like 101K, 105K, but then start to linger around here just like this, right? But that's for another time. And then consolidate, consolidate, consolidate. But for now, we're aiming for that 100K, end of the short squeeze, see if it comes or not, and we're waiting for that. Now, with that being said, let's jump on Dixie. Now, Dixie, yesterday, did a little bit of nasty move, just a little bit. You can't see it on, I think, 1 hour, right? So, yesterday, we did this first. That was before New York. That was pre-market, basically, when the news came in. And then we dumped it, and then we basically played around it. Finally, today is the third time that we're losing the 5%, and I've been waiting for it to basically attack either this huge range, right, which is going to be the bottom of it, or just go to 4.84. That's my target, basically. 4.84, whether this is in play or not, that's irrelevant. This is my target. With that being said, now we could just check some liquidations. All right, and then I come back and check Dixie and SPX and everything else. All right, so let's talk about liquidations. All right, so this is the model number one. I'm looking at it over 3 days. I can see there's still clusters around $98,000. There's a little bit around 96, the one that we held and pushed it back up, right? So this thing is consolidating. Obviously, some other coins are consolidating with it. You know, some coins are making a short squeeze, some coins are making a long squeeze. We'll see what happens, but overall, I think BTC wants to go up, which brings everything else up. Now, if you take a look at this liquidation, which is a model tree, and the threshold is decreased, you could see that around 101, we got big liquidation, 500K, 500K. Around here, around 97,700, we got big liquidations again. And towards the downside, we do have liquidations, but like I said, we talk about the towards downside once we lose the $96,000. Right now, we just gained it, so There's no point talking about it. Now, the large orders, however, indicate very interesting things. All right. If you take a look at it, first I want to talk about the upside because that's what our aim is. So if you take a look at it around 100, I mean, you could see big new orders are coming in play for today. So, and that 100K, that $100,000, 11 million orders still sitting there. There's a little bit even above it now, and there's a lot around 109, 100 and 108. These are all spot, by the way. So big spot buys here, and then we go around 111, 110, then we go around 120. Now, there is even more at 125, and then there's some at 150. 29 million ready to be sold there. Um, so overall, I mean, I'm not saying we're gonna go to 150. That's why I'm gonna ignore that. But to $120,000, and this is all spot. So spot we have 296. Perpetual we have 468. Perpetual we have way more, right? So you take a look at these, you'll be like, holy shit, this is too much. And then let me just show you guys the perpetual, so you'll just be shocked. Look at this. I mean, even to the downside, right? I mean, this is like 15 minutes. If I go in a 1 hour, it's probably even better. Like you could see how many asks are there, shorts are there. They just want this. They want to get rid of their Bitcoin right now and they want to, basically dump it. So a lot of shorts around here till 100K, but when we go to 100, above 100K, you could see like some shorts like this. These are big numbers, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. And these like this is it looks like an AI like bots doing it because it's exactly the same. Like the pattern is the same, and then here it gets deviated from a 10 million. It gets deviated, and then suddenly around 108, you get 15, you get 6, you get a couple more mil. So this looks like basically we might even go above my target, but that's bonus for me. I'm happy with what I said. Now, with that being said, we talked about that. We talked about that. Obviously, in the past 24 hours, 88 million were liquidated. 88 million shorts were liquidated. Now, let's talk about the heat map and then take it. I mean, let's talk about the map and then go for other stuff. I don't want to, extend this for like 20 more minutes. So around $100,000 where I wanted 2.66 billion is ready to be grabbed around 101 cumulatively. So it's like from here to there. Now from here to 93,747, there's 3.12 billion to be grabbed. That's interesting, right? And this is over a day. Now, if I come to Bitcoin, Binance, BTC liquidation map only, and we ignore the 25 and 10x, you can see there's a lot of 100x's coming from 92,900, and there's a lot of 150x's around 99,200 as we're going up cumulatively. Around 99,200, we're gonna miss a lot. I'm sorry, we're gonna liquidate 637. I just said a Persian word anyway. Anyway, moving on, guys. Moving on. This is the screener. Nothing really there. So now we could just go back to our chart and talk about Nasdaq. Obviously, we did have two earnings yesterday. They beat the earnings. I don't go into details, but you could see what they actually like, what's their revenue like in the cloud surface and stuff like that. But overall, it was green. Okay, it was green, and that's what it matters to me at least. Now, Nasdaq had a little tumble and then it's now recovering. We have to hold above this, which is 19,871. Then we could talk about the 20,000 and around this area, which is going to be the all-time high. It's going to happen today. It could give us a little bit more room to play for next week. Now, SPX, however, gapped up, but then it decided to fill the gap. It went halfway, halfway is still remaining. We'll see how it starts today. And obviously, Dixie is coming back up with it. Not that fast, slowly but surely. You do have to first gain this 4 hour, or that 4 hour where it is already. Basically, you're gonna gain that 4 hour, and then you could talk about the one-on-one and continuation towards upside. Euro, yeah, this point could happen, or we could just reverse from anywhere here when today uh, news comes in. We could reverse anywhere from there. GBP. I'll just a quick look to these. Nothing really to say here. Um, what else I want to talk about? I want to talk about the footprint. I want to talk about the footprint. All right, so footprint, I usually talk about it on a 4 hour or 1 hour, okay? So I want to talk about yesterday's footprint, then we'll go into today's. Now, if you take a look at yesterday's, which basically we're slowly coming up, and then right here around 94,800, the tape patterns came in, meaning the volume starts to kicking in, and you can see that there were some asks, but there were some bids that were covering the asks. And after this, and ironically, this was where we dumped it, right? So after we held it, guess what? The next one pumped it, right? You can see all the tape patterns. There's no exhaustion, no volume imbalance. Everything was filled. Then we come back to retest the big tape pattern, which is right here. This is basically the point of control of this candle, okay? The vector is the point of control. Now, and then again, a lot of bits came in around here. We supported, we pushed it back up. Now here is where you get a little bit of tumble, a little bit of volume imbalance at the top. The bids are getting exhausted a little bit, and that's why you see a move again towards downside. But as we were coming down, you could see how the bids aggressively came in, right? There's still some of them still there, some of them were filled, and they're not there anymore. They aggressively came in, and you could see at this is a 4 hour. Right here, we had an exhaustion on the sells. So the bids basically absorbed it all and even more. What happened here is the sellers were like, okay, bro, we're not selling at 96,360 anymore. This is a discount for us. We want more. So that's the first sign. But then again, another candle came in. This looks like a doji candle. We had some sells at the bottom, but there was some tape patterns as well. And this candle is right now retested the tape patterns. Again, we had exhaustion at the bottom, which you could see. There were two bids, zero asks, meaning nobody's willing to sell around here. All right. They want higher price. So as we're going high, there are some sells coming in, but there's some more bids coming in as well. So over 4 hour, we're still looking good on the footprint. Doesn't mean it's not gonna like shoot back down, but my projection is a continuation towards upside. I'm trying to give you guys the 1 hour if it loads, but it looks like it wants to just not load. All right, there you go. So on the 1 hour is a little bit more clear. You get a lot, like you can see right here was the first sign of exhaustion on the bid side. Then we came down. Then right here, they basically didn't want to buy. And then we came even below. And then we started to see sell side exhaustion, multiple sell side exhaustion. And what happened is we waked up, but we failed every time. After this liquidity grab, you could see like all of these people, they got grabbed. Then we went up. And obviously I talked about the tape patterns, and that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. Is there anything else I have to add here? Anything I didn't? Funding rate doesn't really matter. That is it. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green, and join my Twitch, exclamation mark Wix. I'm going to put the link below. If you want to get rich quickly with 400x leverage and low fee, obviously no financial advice, do your own research, but you'll be helping me when you trade there with my referral code. And obviously when you join my Twitch, my streams, that's very, very important to me. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green, stay healthy. That's the most important thing. And if I go to the hospital today and they ask me to stay, then I will not be able to stream. Hopefully, they will ask me. So if that happens, I'll be glad. But if that doesn't happen, I'll come back and I stream. Thank you guys again. Peace.